A up. The Waldorf Streichfett is a general homage to all the classic string machines of the 1970s and 1980s. Nevertheless, I was interested to hear what it sounds like in comparison with specific vintage string machines. So here we have my Logan String Melody II. Ostensibly, the Logan has 3 polyphonic sounds: cello, viola and violin. So the 3 sliders here give cello, viola and violin for the bottom half of the keyboard, and these 3 give cello, viola and violin for the top half of the keyboard, and that keyboard split can be very useful. But really, the cello, viola and violin, they're all the same timbre, they just sound at different octaves. There's no EQ or filtering going on, it's literally the same sound, and we can demonstrate this like this. So here we have the cello, viola, and then below the split, violin. So as near as you're going to get on an instrument of this age, they are the same sound. Now, I wondered whether the Strike FET with its violin, viola and cello, whether they behaved in the same way. Because of the variable nature of the registration knob, it's difficult to accurately and quickly do A-B comparisons on the Strike FET. So I've set the 3 sounds up on 3 different presets. So here we have the violin, the viola, and the cello. So yes, the Strike FET does behave the same way as the string melody. Of course, Strike FET has 2 different violin sounds. There's the sort of square wave sound and the sawtooth wave. So you've got the sawtooth wave and the more square wave. And as you can hear, the saw is a much closer match for the Logan. The square really isn't right. The saw is much closer. And the viola and cello sounds are based on the sawtooth sound, not the square wave. So in that respect, it can sound like the Logan with the different octave settings. Now for me, Strike FET would sound a bit more like the Logan if we soften the attack a bit. It's a little bit too fast. And I think that sounds a bit better. So, they sound pretty similar, not identical, but not a million miles apart. Now, one of the great things about the Logan is that you can blend the three sounds to get exactly what you want. And you can do this on the Strike FET as well. The octave switch allows you to play either in what they call the bass octave, an octave up, or both together. And this is equivalent to having, say, the viola and violin on the string melody, both on maximum. And of course, if you vary the attack, it sounds even more like it. But of course, on the Strike FET, with the way the registration knob works, you've got a degree of blending between the different sounds. So let's put it back onto bass octave. And we're on the violin. We're on the violin now. And you can blend in a little bit of the viola. So you've got scope to alter the sound. The one thing that you can't do on Strike FET is blend violin and cello, because violin blends into viola and then viola blends into cello. And of course this is really easy on the string melody. Just like that. Of course, that's the sound of these machines through the chorus, ensemble, whatever you want to call it, through those effects. And we can turn those off. So, here on the Logan, the accordion setting, it sounds to still have a little bit of vibrato on it, but very little, if any, of the ensemble. And that's one of the things about an old machine like the Logan. There's a lot of background noise sometimes on it. It's not a quiet machine. So this is the raw sound of Strike FET's oscillators and the Logan. Fairly similar. Again, they're not identical, but they are very similar. I suspect that a lot of the difference in the sound between them is down to the character of their own ensemble effects.